Right, so for anyone that doesn't know me, name's Richard Dolby-Smith. I've owned the 200 for 16, nearly 17 years now, which is possibly one of the longest serving drift cars. But it used to be my road car. I bought it as the next step up from the 106 that I had, which was my first car, and what I had immediately after passing the test. Had it for 3 years, then went straight into the S13. Back then, drifting was just a section on the owners forum which I joined. Started to get into it, went to a couple of practice days, and it just snowballed from there. So with having owned the car so long, it's had many things happen to it over time, but generally it stayed a modified road car right up until 2 years ago, where the last time it was actually out was at Tracks 2018, where I ended up with hydraulic lifter failure and decided to take the engine apart, make sure everything was okay, because it's a small stroker kit, and because it's a stroker kit, I didn't want to wreck the rest of the engine just by replacing minimal parts and carrying on. So that kind of led to pulling it apart, and things sitting there for quite a while I decided on routes of what to do and everything else. Now that I've got all the bits pretty much, because we're doing a number of changes, it's going from, well, it's basically become a bare shell near enough. It's not getting dipped or blasted and completely repainted or anything like that, but it has been completely stripped. No wiring loom even, and it's going to be getting a load of fabrication work by Absolute Customs. Then I'll be rebuilding the engine again. That'll all be going in with a new gearbox conversion, basically to get rid of the problems that we had previous couple of years of didn't have enough clutch to hold the power, didn't have enough gearbox to be able to handle clutch kicks from a twin plate clutch. So basically it was a tightrope of which was going to break or if we gave it more power, so basically stuck with a slipping clutch. End result, last time I drove it was at Silverstone and couldn't actually pull fourth gear. If I clutch kicked or tried to initiate in fourth, I got clutch slip. So not ideal. That kind of led on to discussions with Walton and Nispro as to what other gearbox options we could possibly go for, and has started down the route of all of this really, because to do the BMW box nicely it needs chassis fabrication for the drivetrain tunnel, and then with organising that along with some rust repair and some other bits and pieces with Nick at Absolute Customs, that has then also snowballed with changes of rules and other things, because BDC was looking to get rid of bolt-in cages, which of course I had a bolt-in roll cage. So with all the downtime and how strict the car's become, it made sense to hold off, get the money together, and then do a welding roll cage at the same time. So that's kind of where it got to. The car's been sat there stripped, waiting for COVID-19 to kind of ease up and let us actually start doing things again, which is now started to happen. So I'm on my way over to Absolute Customs and we'll be starting clean-up work and getting ready to actually start the fabrication and start the whole process of building the car back up. Whether it's track days, continuing drift competition, or just messing about with practice days and other things. Once it's built and it's done. So let's see what we do with it. And what I'm going to do this time is take you along, make up videos of work that's going on, bits that are being done over time. It's not going to be quick because it's only being done in sort of weekends and evenings and everything else, and as and when I've got the money. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. completely stripped out interior, all wiring, loom and everything all gone. It's all a bit wet in here from doing all this jet washing and cleaning, but this is the furthest from a car the S13 has ever been, and the furthest from being drivable. Hopefully she'll be all good for the beginning of next year, but it's just time and getting everything done. But fingers crossed.